All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, my camera looks funny. Trying out the headset today. Can y'all hear me okay? Awesome. It's kind of distant. All right, maybe I need to make sure I talk a little louder. Got a nice move going down now. All right, I'll try to talk a little louder. If it's not that good, I'll go back to my other mic tomorrow. I think I need to. Yeah, Chris, my chair's not all the way dropped down. Normally, I'm all the way down, I think. Yeah, here we go. The image is bigger? That's weird. I actually might be getting an LRE here. Let's see. We're at the flux. Yeah, but I look a little orange. Look a little orange today. No, it's the camera. It has to be the camera. I was trying to. Well, hold on. Might like this LRE if. It hit this bottom rose wall, but I actually might like this LRE here. And we got double clusters on the 10 tick. We need to pull up a little more. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm in this LRE short here. I think that was my live account. I think it's the margins are up again, like yesterday. Let's see if this wants to come back down and test these clusters. Yeah, I would like for it to throw a mini magnet down right now and go down, but all right, I'm moving to break even because I'm up 20 ticks. And it's hitting those clusters exactly. I should have moved my profit up just a little bit to the top of the cluster. So it might knock me out here because it got really close. Yeah, my profit was just under those clusters. Yep, knocked me out. Yeah, I should have moved my profit to just above those clusters, but I didn't realize it was right below it. That was my mistake. I didn't realize where my profit was. Should have been, because if I would have moved it to the top of those clusters right there, I would have got my profit. But all good. I'll wait for the next one. Yeah, Mark, on LREs, you just get in whenever it pulls back. You don't wait for any bars to close. I was actually rushing this morning, Chris. It was my basketball morning, so I came in and I was rushing, trying to get ready and get on here. So I'm sweating a little bit still. Somebody asked earlier what chart, the beat trading. You asked what chart, what are you looking at? This is a 10 tick chart. This is the Apex investing system. And the big one here is a 10 tick chart. And then the bottom left is what we call a simplicity chart. Um, and basically this is order prints that you're seeing on the chart. Yeah, see, if I would have just left my stop, the reason why also I moved to break even because it was really close to my target. Right, it was really close to my target. Had the double clusters there, so I went ahead and moved to break even because I wasn't very confident that this would break this rose wall short. So I moved to break even. Um, had I left it my original stop, it would have eventually profited. But my opinion is I'd rather get stopped out at break even and just grab the next trade because I'd feel worse if I didn't do that and it took a full loser after it was so close to being in profit. So nice, Chris. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn off my personal account because I'm still trying to grow my personal account, so it's still kind of small, and I trade micros, and I guess right now the margins changed. I have a light that went out, so it's kind of making my. I was messing with the camera last night, but I didn't think it would mess up. I didn't think it was the camera settings itself. I thought it was just the program I was in. Yeah, because I was having trouble because I was trying to make a video last night. And my green screen, I was having trouble, so I was trying to make some adjustments, and I guess it was adjusting the camera itself and not within the program. I was like, my purple shirt. All right, so now we're at the bottom of this 30 tick chart. Right here. So I'm gonna wait and see if we can continue short. Uh, yeah, because an LRE right here, I mean, we're going back through these 4 clusters, and I'm not doing that. Yeah. No, you're all right. This is the place to ask questions. um, yeah. So if you go to, you can go to apexinvesting.com, or I have my website futuresniperbeast.com, and I mean mine will just refer you to theirs anyways, because there's no no link or nothing. But if you go there, they offer a free 30-day boot camp. No credit card needed or anything, and you can test out the whole system, see if you like it, see if it makes sense to you. And then you'll get another 30 days for $1 if you like it. So basically 60 days for $1. And if you look on the bottom of my screen here, the little scroller, you'll see that my website. You could just go there, right there on the front page. You'll see it right away. Yeah, no problem. All right, well, that was a good LRE, but you see how it did hit those double clusters, bounce up, knocked me out at break even. I made like a tick on it, and then it came down. Now it's kind of chop around this rose wall. I mean, it very easily could have kept going up. I could have left my stop if there was more. See, if my entry, if the LRE entry was down here a little bit lower, then I wouldn't have moved my stop actually. But since this LRE entry pulled back further above this flux level, above this little crash and all this, I once it came down here, I wanted to move to break even, uh, since it was so close to my profit target, because there is a chance if it didn't make it and pulled back up here, especially with those two clusters, that it would go back up. So, but like I said, I'd rather break even on a trade and just wait for the next one versus taking that full loss when you're so close to your profit target. I could have just closed it. I just didn't realize my profit target was right below those double clusters. But oh well. Now we are breaking short. Man, this orange is driving me crazy every time I look over. Let's see. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. I have to mess with it later. um, I should have my dynamic magnets. Let me refresh them. Maybe I didn't do that. Let's see. Yep, that's what it was. They needed to be refreshed. And that's why I try to make it a habit to refresh every so often. There they are. Thanks for that. All right, now we're heading towards the deviation level here, the minus 2.5. Yeah, I'd actually like this to continue short, because if it does pull back up in this area, there's just a lot of mess. ZOIs, clusters up there, ice level, all kinds of stuff. So I'd actually like this to continue running short, pull back to around this area to take a short from there. Most of my LREs is just simply just waiting for the trend to go and then looking for areas um, for it to pull back to that I think it could reject from. And if there's no levels or anything else there, then I look for like a strong HD or something, or if it's potentially setting up a Lorex or potentially setting up a TX or some kind of potential. Might not work, but hey, not much today except that I'm orange today. Now I took a short back here, an LRE. It got like a few ticks within my profit target, and I moved to break even. And it came back and knocked me out, and then continued down. What'd you do, Chris? All right, now we're getting a little pullback here. I would love this to build up some HD as well. Pull back. If we can get an LRE around this 11040 area with some HD would be pretty nice. That would be the second LRE in this trend. And basically we just take the first two LREs in a trend and then wait for a reset. So if this can pull back around that wall, that'd be nice. So we have HD now. So I don't know if you can see because it's kind of blocking. All these other things are blocking, but it's at 135%. Let's see what happens. Well, might not get it. Nope. Didn't want to get it. Or didn't want to give it. Just left a cluster on the 30 tick there. Right at 033.25. Now if you look on the 10 tick, we have ODD here. So if it does pull back to give an LRE, you got to be a little careful. This thing's pushing down pretty hard. This thing might come all the way down and test 11,000. The ZOI cluster area on the 30 tick, which would be right around here, 033 area. Yeah, laid a ZOI there. This would be a great simplicity run, man. Chris, you in this simplicity run? Morning, Richard. Dr. Purple Ape. Yep. Ah, man. They used to kill me whenever I'd see a run like this, and it doesn't give me an LRE. Especially like today, I was in that one, ended up winning, but I broke even. But it is what it is. Gotta wait. I just had ODD on this 10 tick. So let's see what happens here on this pullback. 30 tick might leave a mini magnet closing down. Let's see. Right there. This thing is pushing. Oh, Jeff, for your ice levels, the ice histogram. No, I'm not taking this LRE. It just pushed up too hard. It kind of broke this little 10 tick trend. It may come back down, but I'm not going to risk it. It already moved down a lot. Plus, I pretty much missed it anyways. It was too fast. Well, 26. Yeah, that would have been a winner, but you see how it broke, had ODD here, and then it broke this kind of trend and went up higher. I typically don't like that because that tells me this might want to continue going up. I mean, this is basically a 70-point run or so that we just had. Pre-market, that's a lot. So for this second LRE, I didn't like that it broke up so much and it ran already so long, so I'm okay with not taking that one. And I'll wait for a reset, see what happens. Yeah, this is the new low right now. 11:010:25 of the day. After that long of a run, it might chop around a little bit. Let's see what happens. That's not what I wanted. Hey, I'm not orange anymore. I don't know what I did. I was trying to look for the camera settings and I opened the wrong thing, but I guess it worked. Now I'm pale. Might be getting a simplicity long here, but I'm kind of eyeing this level where this is a 30 tick ZOI that had a cluster on it, or close to it, around 034. So I'm curious to see what it's going to do there. Now we have double clusters on the 30, within double clusters within a couple bars from each other. This is not HD because here we had, this is not in it really, that's the first run down because here was higher than back here. Then it ran down without a pullback. So this is the first pullback. So it's not HD. This is the 30 tick chart. Let's see if we have anywhere to go from here. Not really seeing. We have these ZOIs up top, but it's pretty much where the volume was. All right, well, we're just gonna have to wait and see where we go. Hey, David. No news. Just glad the market's moving. Yeah, that's what I think, Dan. All right, now we're hitting that ZOI cluster on the 30 tick. Might be blowing right through it. Let's see. Well, maybe it is getting rejected at that area. The only thing, if it runs back long again, I'd expect. I mean, there's a lot of mess up here. So, man, a lot. All between 11,040 and 11,000. Actually, between like 11,040 and 11,060. And there's a couple walls in there. Yeah, I'd prefer this to continue short. Get a little reset in there. So looking back at my LRE that I took, it looks like, I don't know if I didn't get filled right or if I just whenever, between me clicking and all that, didn't get in quite. Because if I would have got in about 2 points higher, then I would have hit my target. So, yeah, that was kind of a rushed one on my end. So I could have either, if I would have realized that and realized those clusters were there, I could have made a nice little profit on that one. Yeah, Todd. Um, yeah, if it comes back through, comes back down, because of what you said there, we hear that Lori say that a lot when it gets close to a level like this. See, it came down, got close within a couple points, pulled up again within a couple points. If it makes its way back down there, it's the third try. Plus, it got within, I mean, very close to it. It'll probably just go right through. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it all up, Jeff. No, but I really do try to. I mean, I watch these after I'm done. I watch my replay at least 2 or 3 times that day to see if there's anything, because I want to be as precise as possible. Be the sniper. It's hard, because we're human, but all right. Here we go. Might actually give a simplicity short right under that magnet if it keeps going. Yeah, Todd, that's what changed a lot for me. Was doing chart reviews, watching the market, reviewing my screenshots of my trades, but even better is watching a video of you trade, because then you can capture your emotions. If you start, panicking or cursing out the computer if you do something wrong, and then also you can just, see how, I always like to say it's like an athlete, football player, whatever, watching film after a game. Yeah, I think it's a great idea to do that. If you have the capabilities to record your screen, and even if you don't want to record your face, try to record yourself talking, because you can notice in your tone, your tonality, your voice, and everything. Sometimes, like, you can feel. I know for sure, me, when I first started doing it by myself before I broadcast anything, um, you know, I would take a trade. If I had emotions come out, I could hear it. I could whatever. Sometimes I just shut it down right afterwards, and I'm like, all right, that's where I lost control. Exactly, Todd. I didn't want to. I would get embarrassed. I didn't display my videos when I first started doing it, but then I'd replay it and I'd say, "Oh my gosh, that's I was like that, man. Like I really was frustrated." Just need to get back on one of those little streaks that I get, because I'll go a good 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes, just winning, 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 and the market's usually good. And that's what I noticed. The market has these little cycles where they're just great for a few weeks, and then it'll turn around and you'll get a couple weeks of just crap. So I'm trying to make sure I can um, notice, be aware of when that happens, and then not force trades during that time. Because if I could just avoid going down during those times, then on those good weeks, you just keep adding to your account. Yep, all about patience and discipline, Richard, for sure. All right, we had a 4-bar chop on the 50 tick. So after 4 bars, many times it'll break out. There's our 4-bar chop. Let's see if this bar closes at 039.75. I'd be looking for it to run up a little more and then pull back and see if there's an LRE. We do have an early entry simplicity. Let's see if it broke. Yeah, it broke it. So technically we have an early entry simplicity long. See if this reaches 039.75. And if it does, like I said, let's see, 039.75 would be button up right against that thicker blue wall. So if it does, I'd be looking for it to continue to run up and then pull back. But then, I mean, we have a lot of walls and magnets and stuff there too. So not sure if I take anything in there. It just depends if something really sweet set up. But 'cause I'm usually not a big fan of going through walls and stuff. Sometimes I will, but all right, here we go. We hit that level or that price, 039.75. It's continuing up. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get as close to that ice level as possible. And then maybe if it pulls back, I might take an LRE off this thicker wall if it comes back, because it laid double clusters there. Um, it laid this COI on the 30 tick right below. If it does make its way back up closer to ice and pulls back around this area, maybe I'd look to go long off of there if it gave me something really nice. But it had to be really nice because, like I said, I don't really like going through these walls and stuff. Hey, I'll take you up on that one, Richard. I've actually never been to Vegas. I would love to go out there. That'd be nice. All right, there we go. Blue ice. Hitting that blue ice now. You see how that 50 tick chart is a nice indicator on when it's going to break out or run? After 4 bars, I start looking for that breakout. It usually works. So if you're trading simplicity, that'd be a great indicator. Hey, let's take this simplicity. So now we might be getting our pullback to where I was thinking. We do have some HD. A lot of HD, but if it starts chopping around here like it might because of these areas, then I'd stay out. The LRE has not made its way entry up to this wall yet, so if the LRE is down here, I would not. Okay, well, if the LRE is down here where it is right now, if you look left, that was kind of this top where the ZOI is in that cluster that I was talking about earlier. I might be willing to take that. We'll just have to see what happens if it pulls down and where it pulls down to. I don't like this little chop that we have going on here at the ice though. And now we have a cluster on the 30 tick on our current bar. So if it stays on this bar, I probably won't be taking an LRE because I don't take an LRE or a trade if there's a cluster on my current 30 tick bar. So that kind of, man, this is a lot of HD building up though. And it's coming down to that area, that wall ZOI area that I was talking about. I might take this if it comes down a little more. Might leave me though. That's 1,000% HD. Come on, pull back a little more. Nah, yeah, I'm not gonna get it. It didn't pull back quite far enough, but it did pull back to those double clusters that I was mentioning. See those double clusters I was talking about? Market always likes to test double clusters. Pulled back to it. Problem is it wasn't close enough to being an LRE entry. I mean, I guess I could have taken it based on an audible, I guess, but I'd rather play it safe because that pulled back to 11,041.25, and LRE would have been at 37. Yeah, that's 4 points away. So it wasn't close enough. Yeah, Todd, it laid a mini magnet, Paul, and ZOI on the 10 tick, and might be laying a mini magnet on the 30 tick, maybe, if it continues long. Nice, Chris. Yeah, this was a great simplicity long. I would have taken this one if I was trading simplicity. I would definitely be in the simplicity long. See, it's given our pullback. Like I said, when that bar breaks up, the bar closes up on the 50 tick, it'll give a little pullback and then it'll go. So that might have been our little pullback. Although we might be getting another opportunity here. I just don't like how it's going sideways and there's a lot of mess here. I still think it's going to continue long. So just chopping around quite a bit here. If it pulls back down to this level or this solid wall, I still might take a long off of it. But see, we have that 30 tick cluster. That's why we're chopping right now. Because we have that 30 tick cluster. So that's a reason why I don't like taking a trade when there's a 30 tick cluster on my current bar. Because it's doing this. I would need it to pull back to about this level here to be an LRE. I don't like this sideways chop in the cluster on the 30 tick. I'm going to play it safe and stay out. I'm going to wait. Hopefully this continues running long. There we go. Broke long. It left that same mini magnet, Paul, ZOI on the 30 tick as well at that level. Man, I like that. I love that. This could be a sweeper leg here where it cleaned up the area. This little leg right here on the 10 tick. If it pulls back to this level again with an LRE, I'm going to have to take it long because it'll be the first test of it, and I doubt it's going to break through short if it comes back to it the first time. Yeah, Jeff, these things are just powerful. It's insane. Yeah, Joan, there's those 50 tick bars. They do it. Anytime you see four, at least four, then look for that next breakout one because it's coming. Yeah, see the one you're talking about around 3 a.m. I always say it. I say it so many times. I'm still amazed by these order prints and everything, the accuracy of these charts. All right, we might get another, or not another, but an LRE here at that level again. And like I said, I think even though there's a lot of mess here, that level that it laid on the 30 tick, I don't think it's going to bust through. Although, it might. But we have an LRE here, so I'm going to take the risk on it. It might run through. Let's see. I know there's some mess up there, but I just like that level. Let's see if it holds. Eh. Have some more volume coming in. It already broke through that level, so I don't like that. Yeah. It broke through. It's probably going to... Nope, it's running right through. All right. Left a crash on there, too. Man, put a ZOI on it coming down. It just... That's a nice area. All those clusters and everything to the left just messed that one up. We're going to push down now. Yeah, I just took the risk on that one because I liked that level on the 30 tick, and I was really thinking it might hold up. It didn't, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Many times that would have held up. Let me make sure everything's closed out. Okay. No biggie. 15 tick loss. Wait for the next one. We're gonna head down to this low of 11,014. It looks like. Uh, or we had a low of 11,010.25. But if you look at the simplicity here, we have a bottom where it's coming down to. Yeah, that would have been nice if we would have had something on the 30 to tell us that it was going to go up. I was just relying on that level. I mean, it was a stack, a rule of 3 on the 30 tick, freshly laid. So usually that would should hold up, but now we have double clusters right here on the 30 tick. Got these big bars down on the simplicity chart. Nice little TX short there. Yeah, that Lorex was a winner. Ooh, we got another cluster on the 30 here. Triple clusters. So it's having a hard time to go any lower than this. Triple clusters. Now, if this bar closes short with this mini magnet on it at 11,016.75, that'd be exactly where this cluster is to the left, but that might give it enough to push it down. Push it down. Then we got red ice here and this mini magnet, so might hesitate there. this area. 11,000 right below. So if this bar closes short, I think it'd come down to this area and maybe hesitate there. And that bar closed short. It's at that cluster to the left over here. That one there. But I think it's going to head down to that area. There it goes. See what it does once it reaches that. I would like it to break that, break this area short, and then come back up and test it to take a short off of it. That'd be nice. It's a third try around this area. Now, also, let's look at this. If it does chop a little bit around this area, that's where it chopped the 4 bars last time on the 50 ticks. So if we get 3 or 4 bars chop here and then it breaks short, that'd be nice. I mean, or it could just go short. But this is also why I changed my ATM to where I'm making more on a win than when I lose, if that makes sense. Because I'm risking 15 ticks, shooting for 25. So I'm down 15 ticks right now. I get 1 win. I'm up net 10. You know, I don't have to fight my way back. So that also helps with my discipline and patience too. Knowing I don't have to, oh, I got to grind the market, take 3, 4 trades just to get back. So, hey, Mohammed, thanks for subscribing. Welcome. If you're not familiar with what you're looking at, this is the Apex Investing Charting System, their tools. It's a version of order flow. Basically, it's a different way of displaying it on the charts. I have a free 30-day bootcamp. You can go to futuresniperbeast.com. On the front page there, you'll see the info about it. Technically, that was an LRE there, but I'm not looking at that LRE with all these clusters and this resistance. No, thank you. Right here, these clusters. Nope. Waiting for it to get out of there. $15 ticks. I'm only doing that on pre-market, and it is pretty tight. But I usually, if you wait for the right entries, it usually is fine. That's why I try to time my entries so precise, because you can, if you mess it up, then you can get stopped out. But I did some back testing for a couple months worth of trades on it on my LREs, and I found that most of them, if they went more than 15 ticks against me, they went ahead and lost the 20. So I was like, well, if I just cut out those 5 extra ticks, maybe shoot for an extra 5 ticks because I'm going for, trying to take some good setups, then let's see how that works. And overall, it's been a lot better. And even since I've been doing it with my accounts, I haven't had any that. I think there was one that if I had the 20 tick stop, I would have won. But other than that, like you just saw, I mean, this last one I took here, it didn't matter if I had 15 ticks, 20 ticks, 40 ticks, I would have lost. So, all right, getting rejected again on the bottom there. Now on the 30 tick, we have a mini magnet trying to lay on this bar if it closes up, which here, 11,036. If that happens, we could run back up to this area and then see where it wants to go from there. See, looking at these little signals. All right, Richie. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good day. See, if you look for these little signals, you can actually scalp simplicity pretty easily in most places. Oh, nice. Good job closing out green, Richie. See, this mini magnet closing up, we're about to get a simplicity entry. I mean, at this point now, there's not much of a scalp before you get to this 040-ish, 041 area. But if there's a little more room, you could hop into a long if it gave one, scalp it up to the next little level there, because this mini magnet is an indicator that it could push up to this area. We are kind of in a little zone. I wouldn't really call it much of a range. I guess on simplicity, we're in a little bit of a range. We have a clear bottom here. A little top that's kind of happening here around ice. We never officially had a simplicity entry on this long. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened to me. I was like, you know, cut some losses short a little bit. Especially if you're taking great entries, If you're taking great entries and it comes back against you, it's just probably going to lose anyways. Just one of those outliers. And see, that's why I was looking to see if we had a simplicity long that we were in, because I was looking at this mini magnet. It's testing this mini magnet right here on the 30 tick that I said is an indicator that it could go long. So it's testing it. Might be laying another one there. If it lays another one there, then it's really, I would think, go long. See how it's trying to lay another one there? That might be enough to push it right through this mess here if this closes at 039.75. Thanks for stopping by. The Beat Trading. Yeah, hope to see you again. Yeah, if you don't know a lot of the things I'm talking about when I'm rattling off words and abbreviations and stuff, definitely check out the Apex Investing Bootcamp. They open up everything to you whenever you're in the bootcamp for free. Well, you don't get certain things like the simplicity chart, but as far as knowing all the setups and the tutorials and learning, they open all that up to you. Might be getting along here on simplicity. It is going into this deviation in that level, so I want to hop in exactly right now if it does give us an entry. But if this bar on the 30 tick closes here at 039.75, we get an entry in this area. I mean, we may have another continuing long, so we'll see. Ooh, nice. A cluster on the 30 tick again. I mean, we technically do have a long on simplicity right now, but still a little messy. If you look here, back here, both were angling up. Then it broke that one. But this is one of those situations where you probably don't want to jump in just right here. Or at least I wouldn't. Of course you are, Chris. Yeah, but it might not lay that double mini magnet. We'll see what it does. Nah, it didn't lay the double mini magnet. That's why I was waiting for it to close up. Just came down and tested some of those clusters on the 30. Right in the middle here. So yeah, I talked to everybody about trading, Richard. People always ask me because I'm pretty open about it, on social media and everything. So I usually get a lot of questions throughout my regular day. Um, was it the actual mini magnet on the 30 tick, Chris, or was it one of the copied mini magnets onto like your simplicity chart? Because like for me, I know while it's live and it hasn't closed, it'll put it on my simplicity chart like if it's already there, even though it hasn't closed. But then it'll go away if that bar doesn't close with it. It is on your 30 tick, huh? Yeah, because I was running late, I didn't open the room chart. So I don't have the room charts to compare right now with mine. Yeah, Richard, I don't bother with that anymore. If people ask, I don't even really talk to people about it, but if they ask me questions, I'll talk to them. And then if I get any kind of junk like that, where people question too much or this or that, I'm just kind of like, look, you know, I don't get anything by telling you about it. If you ask me questions, I'm trying to help you. If not, whatever. I just try to trade. Dang, Chris. So you do have a mini magnet there still? Or did it go away? I don't know. It's weird. Oh, okay. So room chart doesn't. Come on, let's get on another little move here. I want to get me a win before I get off. Of course, don't push it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Today's Wednesday, still got a couple more days of the week. But I didn't take a trade Monday or yesterday. They didn't give me any opportunities. And then today, one break even and one loser. So I'm down a little bit, but it hasn't been too great of a week. Oh, and we have CPI report tomorrow, so that's definitely going to be crazy. That's going to make the markets move for sure. Don't know which way yet, but that'll rock the market. Yeah. Yeah, it'll add up. That's for sure. Yeah, I've been using an ATM for pre-market only, of 15 ticks and 25 tick profit. And I did that because as long as you time your entries and take good trades, um, I did that because when I back tested all my trades, if they hit 15 ticks, the majority of them went ahead and lost the full 20 anyways. So I was just like, you know what? Let me cut off 5 of those ticks, kind of cut my losers short, and then I added 5 ticks to my profit target because I'm taking most of them, if I'm taking the good entries, most of them are going to 25, 20 to 25. And once it hits 20, I move to break even anyways. And sometimes I'll close out. But most of them would do that. So that helps with the ratios. Volunteer house buyer, what's up? How's it going? Exactly, Richard. Exactly. Even if you make 50 to $100 in a day with 5 accounts, that's $500. That's, do that consistently, that's 6-figure year. All right, let's see if this thing's trying to break up now. I mean, I had thought this thing would try to move up. It kind of lost the signal that it would go, but it's breaking up now, heading towards that ice. This is a big bar on the simplicity chart. If you see down here on the bottom left simplicity chart, big bar. So be careful of that. It might retrace. I would like to see this thing continue long. Let's just keep going. Head up towards settlement. Trying to grab me an LRE in between there. We are only 17 minutes or so away from the open, so may give us a little push and then chop, so we'll see. Yeah, look at that. $45 across 20 accounts. That's a nice day. It's all it takes. One little win, multiplying profits. That's where it's at. The last one, are you talking about the last trade that I took, the loser? Yeah, the walls are pretty, I like to take, when I'm looking for an LRE, I do like to take it off of a wall or a stack of order prints or have like HD or something to tell me that it'll go. Like the one, this loser earlier on the 30 tick chart, it had just laid a mini magnet paw and ZOI on that level and hadn't come down and tested it yet. So usually that would hold up to take an LRE bounce off of it. Just this time it didn't. Yeah, that was that last one. Let's see. So I didn't like the cluster. See, it was right here. I didn't like the cluster, but it just pulled back and came to this area where it just laid that and on top of a deviation level. So the first test of that usually will hold up. That's why I took that one. Sitting on your hands is never a bad thing. Nice, Jeff. That's good. I'm assuming that was a Lorex on the RTY. Yeah, we're at 9:15 now. Might be my day pretty soon. 15 ticks down on the day, which I am completely okay with. It's like I said, one winner is 25 ticks, so that's such a disciplined helper and a way to get out of revenge trading and all that. And like I said earlier, if you missed it, past couple weeks, like last Friday was a great day, but then the past couple weeks it's been kind of weird. Even all through October, I had like 7 days where I didn't even take a trade because it just wasn't there. But then there will come times where it might be 3 or 4 weeks of just great trading. So just have to wait and be patient. All right, Vegas, I'll see you. Yeah, I'm about to call it a day here too. Well, a couple minutes. All right, have a good day. Nice, Jeff. See, 2 trades, $960. It's on evals, but Vegas, yes. I'll let her know. Jeff, I mean, see, it's evals, but I treat evals, even evaluations, like it's real because technically it kind of is. You're paying for it, right? And let's say you're on a $50,000 evaluation. We have to make 3 grand to get that funded, right? And then you got to make a couple $1,000s to 2,500 to be eligible for a payout once you are funded in a PA account. So that's technically $5,500. So instead of looking at a evaluation as, oh, I'm just trying to reach this $3,000 so I get funded, I like to look at it as, hey, I this is real, I got to make $5,500. I'm not just trying to get my 3,000 because I'm here for the long term on an evaluation. Like I'm still working on a couple $300,000 accounts evaluations right now, and it's a $20,000 profit. But the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You just take your time, you know, go at it, knock down a little bit at a time. And I'm looking at it as I got to literally make 20 grand on each account. So I treat it just like, if it's real until it is. Yeah, I've never really paid attention to the time change, to be honest. Because I really started trading pre-market this year, and I do like it. I do like the pre-market. There's some opportunities, but you do have to have a little more patience for sure. And no, some mornings you might not get a trade. Hey, profit's profit, Chris. If you're walking away $50 in profit, better than a red day. Yeah, but that's the risk, right? We got to take on the risk. Stopping in the profit, that's fine. Jordan, yeah, I hate when that happens. Usually that's a data error or that it tried to load all your charts at the same time and it just got kind of messed up. Um, I mean, the only real way that I've ever been able to get it to fix itself is by reloading with F5, and I've had to do it sometimes a few times to do it or to get it right. And if it still doesn't work, then I usually have to just shut down all my charts and then try to reopen it. Yeah, clear the cache. But that's really the only thing I've ever. It usually works after a couple tries, but just trying to make a move short. I'm just gonna wait a couple more minutes. We're getting close to the dark zone, 925, where we don't trade because that's 5 minutes before the open. We're heading back down to all those clusters on the 30 tick, so I'm thinking it might, if it does come around this area, chop around a little bit. If it doesn't come down to this area, I mean, I don't see it really breaking up too high before the open, so. All right, it's making its way down. Let's see if it wants to break it. Break those clusters that I just showed. And we are in a simplicity short. Got held up at those clusters. I have a lot of HD. I might take this LRE because it has a lot of HD. Look quick, see if we get a quick little LRE before the open here. We have a lot of HD building up. Pulls back a little bit more. Might get this TX short here. If this can hold up here. Well, if it runs down, then I'm out. But yeah. Yeah, I didn't pull back quite enough. We have a cluster on the 30 tick bar now, so I think this is going to come down with that setup there. A lot of HD. It's just thinking about it right now. It's fighting a little bit. Really close to dark zone. This thing's going to come down, I believe. Yep. It didn't give me an entry. It didn't pull back enough. I could have got in when I saw that setup, but not worth it. So, gonna call it a day. There it goes. Dang, if it would have pulled back a little bit more, then I was gonna get in that short there. But throwing up that cluster on the 30 tick made it hesitate a little bit. That's why you see this little chop in here. Dark zone is 5 minutes before the open and 5 minutes after the open. where we don't take a trade because things can get a little weird. And also, if there's a huge news item coming out, report or something, we have a dark zone 5 minutes before and after as well. Man, this thing's running down now. I knew it was going to go short here, but it didn't quite get to my entry. And then we had that cluster on the 30 tick. All good. Going to shut down. That's going to be the end of my trading session today. I like to shut down while I'm live also. So y'all can see that I'm actually shutting down. There we go. All shut down. Yep. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope y'all have a great day. Trade well. Yeah, I'm blue now. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.